So Steve Kerr gives you credit, obviously, for building this team, getting the defense where it needs to be. When you're watching the Warriors out there, this squad, what are you most proud of?
Being a part of it at some point. I'm proud of taking a job a couple of years back and knowing these guys with a vision and a purpose, ownership, management, assistant coaches, players that played a part in who they are today. And I take tremendous pride in it. And Steve Kerr has done an incredible job, and he's an outstanding individual. And I was honored that he took the time out to acknowledge it. But at the same time, this is their moment, well-deserved, and it's just great to see.
I'd like to follow up on that because, as I said earlier, really you credit the Warriors more than anything else with player development. That's what created this, and the unselfishness of their best players, Steph Curry, and the fact that their backcourt turned into what it did, not #1 overall picks or anything like that. The guys like that are, lower to 7th, 11th pick. How much of when you said they could be the best shooting backcourt of all time was you trying to instill that confidence in them as in terms of player development, and how much was it that you saw them and thought it really could be true?
Well, I believed it. I never said anything that I did not believe. Anytime I made a statement, it was 100% pure from my heart. So watching those guys every single day, being a basketball historian, well aware of the facts of players in the past and players today, it was something that I witnessed and I acknowledged and simply said it. And I'm fortunate enough that they backed it up. But it's a credit to the players. They 100% deserve all the credit.
I want to go to a macro perspective in terms of the league as you see it right now. So many times you hear us debating about the best ever. Constantly, consistently, we bring up Michael Jordan. There are others who bring up, like Isaiah Thomas, he brings up Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and rightfully so in my estimation. But when you look at today's game and the way it's played and how the Golden State Warriors are able to maximize their potential because of what they can do on the floor and the way the rules have been softened to some degree, that would have never worked. Today's era of basketball would have never worked for those Rough Rider Knicks, the Bad Boy Pistons, etc. When you look at today's talent, how much credit do you, if any at all, do you take away from guys because of the era that they're playing in compared to the era you played in, the era you coached in?
Well, I think the rules do make the game different. It's the same sport, but a different game. And I think what I look back on with Jordan is he didn't have a lot of floor spacing. They didn't, he got calls, but he earned his calls. And there was a physicality that you'd be suspended for 10 games now, where, and he had to face double teams because there wasn't as many shooters on the floor. So for him to play that efficiently and score over 30, it's really amazing when you look back. But I think these guys are extremely skilled. I think Durant, like I said earlier, is going to go down as one of the great scorers of all time. I don't think you win 73 games one year and now you're going to run the playoffs. I don't want anything to detract from that. It's an historic accomplishment.
Go ahead, Mark.
No, the great players are great players. So we look at today and we look at the numbers and say, well, these guys wouldn't be able to play back in the 80s or the 70s or when. No, the great ones are able to transcend time. It doesn't matter. So in fairness and respect to the ones that have elevated their games, it would be the same.
I know they transcend time. I'm not questioning that. I know LeBron James could play in any era. Kevin Durant could play in any era, etc. But how great would they be looked upon playing in your era as opposed to this era?
Like some guys are better adapted to some.
Right.
Steph Curry is perfectly adapted to this era. Maybe not as much adapted to the 80s, right? Whereas another player, Scottie Pippen or whoever else, is more adapted to his era, didn't shoot as well as some guys need to shoot nowadays.
Well, we got to go player to player. But the two guys you mentioned in Durant and LeBron, they'd be incredible all-time great players no matter when they played. It does not matter. We'd be raving about them and talking about them in the opening segment of First Take at any point in time.
Yeah, and I think Curry as well. I think the hand check obviously would have been different, the amount of physical play on perimeter players from a physical strength standpoint, but he would have figured it out too. And he would have been an all-time great.
You bring up Steph Curry. Am I wrong when I argue with the great Reggie Miller, your former teammate, your former nemesis, when I argue with Ray Allen or somebody, I'm like, Steph Curry's the greatest shooter I've ever seen because I saw those guys catch and shoot. This dude does it while handling the ball. It's off the dribble.
Mobile
half the time.
artillery
He
unit.
does that. I think he's the greatest shooter I've ever seen. What do you guys say?
Well, first of all, why are you arguing with Reggie Miller? Don't waste your time.
I lose all the time. Even when I win, I lose against him.
This just in, he has no clue. No, I'm only serious.
Might drop 8 points on you in 6 seconds. Be careful.
But when you look at Steph Curry, with all due respect to the greats that have shot the basketball, and it's truly, I've played with some of the all-time greats that you've mentioned. Steph Curry is the best shooter of all time. The reason why is because he does it in a variety of ways. The ability to catch and shoot, the ability to run 100 miles per hour, stop and pop, come off pick and roll, shoot the basketball. We have never seen anybody like him.
And I agree with you. I think off the dribble, it's revolutionized the game. It used to be very few shot the three off the dribble. It was all catch and shoot. Mm-hmm. Now you see any number of players shoot it off the dribble. It's revolutionized the game.
Now, Coach, I know you coached in Houston as well, but damn it, you coached the Knicks. Does it not hurt your feeling? You played for the Knicks, former Rookie of the Year. I mean,
don't bring that up.
Listen, does it not hurt your heart that Steph Curry was one pick away from being a New York Knick? They had the 8th pick. He got nabbed number 7 by Golden State. Had he fallen, Mike D'Antoni clearly would have taken him. And then Donnie Walsh, they clearly
the Knicks would have messed that up, Stephen A. It wouldn't have mattered.
No.
Screwed it up.
Walsh and D'Antoni would have taken them. Have you ever thought about that Steph Curry at the Garden?
The what ifs are like will kill your sense of pride because they just. But I mean, it's not. You have to also think, would it have been the same for him? Would he have adapted as well to New York? I think he would have, but Golden State has been the perfect fit. And what I think gets overlooked is how he bounced back, Mark, and you can talk about this, from those ankle injuries that it was about to derail his career.